California landlords are about to collect on unpaid rent, but it's the state that will pay off the accumulated rent debt that has piled up during the pandemic. The move fulfills a promise to keep landlords afloat while giving renters a cushion. But the eviction moratorium expires in 8 days, and so far, state officials haven't decided whether to extend it or not. So when will they collect? Joining us now, Major Williams, a Republican candidate for California's gubernatorial recall election of 2021. Good to see you, Major. It is a crowded field, and the fact that you're running makes it clear you're not satisfied with the work of current Governor Gavin Newsom and how he handled the pandemic as well. Talk to me specifically about this renter reimbursement program. How's the state paying for this?
You know what? That's a mystery for a lot of Californians. As I continue to campaign and go into different counties and different communities, that's one of the pressing questions that everyone is asking, including myself. We know that we do have a lot of wasteful spending here in California, so maybe the governor is going to, reallocate some of those funds that we've wasted, especially over the last year with this over-politicized pandemic, and finally do some good with some of the funds of California to actually benefit Californians. But at this point, it's a mystery, to me and so many Californians across the entire state. But I do feel like it is a good thing because, landlords have been punished for an entire year, and Californians also need relief as well. So it's a win-win for everyone to a certain degree, but we want to know where the funds are going to come from.
Yeah, a lot of questions about that. You say Californians need relief. And of course, we've seen a lot of Americans struggle, quite frankly, throughout this pandemic, whether they lost their job or they were forced to close their business because of government restrictions here. Talk to me about the case specifically in the Golden State. What sort of protocols and restrictions were people really dealing with when it comes to operating their own businesses?
Well, a part of it was fear tactics and, Governor Gavin Newsom using his office as a bully pulpit and using, I guess fines and punishments for different small business owners. And you have to think about the mindset of something like that. When you've never created something, you don't have any empathy versus what the implications are going to be when it comes to that. So we have over 18,000 businesses that have left California. There's been a mass exodus of families leaving as well. And you have to understand, like, families simply, they were trying to be tolerant and patient, but at the same time, they have to protect their employees and also put food on their tables as well. So once more, it's just another example of misguided leadership, poor leadership on behalf of Governor Gavin Newsom. And Californians at this point, even based upon a recall, is saying enough is enough. And that's why you see so many people vying for this opportunity to recall the governor of California.
Yeah, it's a crowded field. Talk to me about when we could actually see the recall election take place. Do we have a date in mind?
We don't have a date as of right now, and so this is me urging the Lieutenant Governor of California to go ahead and make that announcement so we can actually understand when that's going to happen. I think Californians deserve that. We've waited long enough, and it's something once more, they're changing laws in regards to how the recall is going to be executed as well. So even now, they're still holding on to their power and just once more making the people of California pay and also wait around. And so hopefully we're going to hear something really soon. But from what I'm hearing, it's going to be the end of October, early November. And so once that comes, I'm hoping that, as Governor Gavin Newsom says, roaring back, I hope voters actually roar to the booth so we can finally recall him and bring some real relatable leadership back here to our state.
And as you say, it's the Democrat elected officials in charge of, again, setting up this recall process and election right now. So we wait and see what date they determine. Major Williams joining us live on the program, hoping to be the next governor of California. Major, thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me on.
You're welcome.
All right.